I just wanted to come on here and say I'm sorry. I voted for him and I thought he was going to make things better for folks like us.
Lady, real quick, who the fuck is we, baby? Because we didn't vote for him. See, he told y'all exactly what the fuck he was gonna do. See, and y'all racism went above anything else and y'all voted for him. See, us folk, we've been surviving out in these streets for a long motherfucking time. We know how to survive. Trust, we know how to survive. You won't see no black folk on here crying. Because we know how to survive these streets. See, the problem is, you motherfuckers got been dealt with silver motherfucking spoon. And see, now you in that fuck around and find out stage, and you can't take it. You can't fucking barely survive because you wanted to put racism over anything. Have fun with that and enjoy your fuck around and find out stage. I don't feel sorry for you.
So I just finally got confirmation that food stamps is officially cut for next month.
About 2 months ago, I stopped eating dinner almost every night of the week so that my boyfriend and I could have enough food left over to have lunch the next day. This was before we were about to lose our food stamps. Mind you, we both work.
I don't think that we really realize the depths that this is, the damage that this is going to do, but the women, the mothers, and the families, but the mothers especially, who are going to go without meals so their children don't have to. I know that I will absolutely be one of those mothers.
But because we have children and because aftercare and before care is too expensive, I've taken a job that's basically minimum wage so that I can be there to pick up my kids. I cannot fathom what we're gonna do without that food stamp money, because if I already couldn't eat dinner with that food stamp money,
I'm so tired of seeing people say like, oh, well, maybe if you had a job, you could get your groceries, or, you know what I'm saying, you wouldn't have to depend on stamps. I work full time. Thank you. And I do rely on stamps because guess what? It's not enough money in this economy for me to be able to pay bills and get stuff that we need and provide for my 2 kids. So yes, I depend on stamps. And I have a full-time job. So please know that people out here depend on stamps. It's not because we out here just mooching off the government. It's because we literally need that to provide for our family.
I work hard every single day. I get up every single day and clean houses, and I still rely on food stamps to feed my 6 children because the prices are so high. It's unrealistic to think about not having food stamps. Next month, I'm so terrified because 6 babies are always eating. Plus myself, I eat about 1 meal a day, but still.
Say I'm sorry. I voted for him. I thought he was going to help folks like me. I really did. Now my SNAP's gone, my Medicaid's gone. They cut off my heat and help last week. I don't know how I'm supposed to buy groceries next month to keep the lights on. I ain't got no...
They literally cut my food stamp card off. Zero balance. They took everything. So I told my husband, and he says to me, as I'm crying, and he says to me, well, maybe you'll lose some weight now. God, why did I vote for him? I didn't know this was going to happen. I can't go get a job. Is there anybody out there that can help me, please?
Well, what do we have here? Not the brunette sister of the Princess Bride albino crying about food stamps. I'm even gonna skip past your husband's toxic energy. Talk about the fact you can't just pull yourself up by your bootstraps. I did manage to go through this creator's account, and boy, honey, you are on TikTok a lot. There are so many reposts. You know what you could do with all that time if you stop being on TikTok? You'd probably get a job. What's crazy about this algorithm is that sometimes you end up on the wrong side of TikTok, and you weren't on our side of TikTok where we were telling you Donald Trump does not care about poor people. Asking for help is wild. You have over 100,000 followers somehow on this account, so you're monetizing this content. You know what you're doing. This is giving, well, this is actually giving exactly the people that Donald Trump wants to cut off, the people who want handouts. Meanwhile, there's immigrants and people that are working hard to contribute to this country, but no, you just want to be able to stay at home. You know what? I send you my concepts of thoughts and prayers, and I guess also concepts of food stamps. And also, dump your husband.
This food stamp shit is pissing me off, and not for the reasons that you're probably gonna think. I receive EBT, or should, but of course today it didn't come through. But that's not something that I'm proud of. If you've been following me, then you know that last year I left a relationship. I have 3 kids. My youngest is special needs, and I'm homeschooling because their school got way too political. Now, when I left, I have no family, no friends, no one to call for help. So I had to apply for benefits. And like I said, that's not something to be proud of. And I'm not blaming anybody for the situation that I'm in. This is my responsibility, my fault. I should have waited until I got married to have kids. I was young and dumb and did stupid shit. And now this is where I am, and I'm trying my best to climb my way out of it. And I don't understand why anybody wants to be in a position where the government can go, you're not eating today. Why would anybody want to fucking live like that? And then the people talking about stealing. I don't know if y'all have really thought this through, but if y'all go rob all the grocery stores, prices are going to go up. And then the people who have climbed their way into at least middle class that can pay for their shit, all their prices are going to go up. But I don't think you've thought about either you're going to get your benefits back and they're going to run out faster because everything's going to be more fucking expensive, or you're going to have to figure something else out. And it's not like you can steal everything forever, so then you're going to have to fucking pay more. Not to mention, it's just morally wrong. As much as my kids are thriving in homeschool, as much as I don't want to, I might have no choice but to put them back in school. Unless I can find some kind of work from home job. If you have any suggestions, I'm open to all suggestions right now. I've been open to all suggestions. I don't want to live like this. I don't understand why anyone wants to live like that. All of the dumbasses running are like, the government's paying my bills. Okay, well, now they're not. Now they're not. And now what the fuck are you gonna do? I don't know. It's just been pissing me off to see the people bragging about being on food stamps like it's something to be proud of. And then all the people saying that they're gonna steal a bunch of shit. That mindset clearly shows why these people are where they're at and why they're stuck where they're at. Because they can't think past today. And all they give a shit about today is that the government pays for their food. Now, if and when they cut the benefits back on, I'm going to stay on them just as long as I have to. And I'm gonna be working double, triple time to try to figure out how to get away from that. Because this is not the life I want for my kids. Why would anybody want that for their kids?
Okay, buckle up, because this might be a long post. So I've been watching all these videos about, the moms freaking out about the food stamps going to end in November. And this is coming from a single mom, okay? I have 3 kids. I was married, divorced. He left, I stayed. I was left to do it all myself. I had no child support, no family, no friends when I first moved here. I moved here to get away from him. He came with me. A year later, we got divorced. So long story short, I'm left on my own with no child support, no family, no friends, no state aid. I tried to go get help. They told me I made too much. I think it was at the time, like maybe 60,000, and I had 3 kids and myself and all the bills and rent and food and gas and childcare and after school care and all of it like thrown on me, and I didn't know what to do. So I went to try and get, even if I could get $50 a month, I would have been happy. They denied me. So, okay, what's the next move? I don't eat and my kids do. So to hear all these stories about these women being pissed off because, look at these nails. They're not done. They're tiny and short. And even now, I do better now than I ever have. And I don't spend money on things I can't afford. I don't get my hair done. I don't get my nails done. I don't buy a lot of extra additional shit that I don't need. We don't eat a lot of fast food. I cook our food, that kind of thing. These are all things you could be doing to feed your children. And from what I'm hearing in all of these posts, it's all about you. It has nothing to do with the kids. It is all about you and your needs and what you are going to have to give up and what everybody else should be doing for you. Not even for those poor little kids. I feel bad. I feel bad for those kids that have parents like this that are so selfish.
Brothers and sisters, what's happening right now in communities across America is more than politics. It's about people, families who are waking up to empty refrigerators and empty promises. The very voters that support and supporters who once cheered for policies that promised self-reliance and cutting government spending are now feeling the painful reality of what those cuts mean when they hit home. Across rural America, in small towns that once waved red hats and flags high, families are realizing that food assistance, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, was not some handout to lazy people. It was a safety net, a bridge during hard times. For years, political leaders convinced many that food stamps were draining the system. But the truth is, millions of working Americans depend on them. People who work in factories, farms, schools, and hospitals, etc. When a government announced major reductions to SNAP benefits, many of these same voters, the same families who voted for that promise of fiscal responsibility, found themselves suddenly unable to feed their own children adequately. It's a wake-up call, not just politically, but morally. Let's remember what SNAP really is. It's not a luxury, it's not a reward, it's a lifetime for over 40 million Americans, many of whom work full-time but still can't make ends meet because of low wages, high rents, and rising food prices. During times of crisis like inflation or job loss, SNAP helps families stay stable, and yet some of the same people who supported leaders calling for these cuts are now facing food insecurity themselves. Imagine standing in a grocery store line, watching the total rise, and realizing the benefits that once kept your family afloat have disappeared. The pain is real, the tears are real. But brothers and sisters, this is not about mocking or judging anyone. It's about understanding how easily misinformation divides us, and how political games can hurt the very people they claim to protect. Many MAGA supporters were told that government programs only helped other people, but hunger does not care about race, religion, or party lines. Hunger is universal. And now, people from every walk of life, conservative and liberal alike, are learning that lesson the hard way. The tragedy is that this pain could have been avoided if we saw one another not as enemies, but as fellow Americans. If they understood the compassion and common sense must guide policy, not pride or political slogans. Now, as these food stamps cuts spread across the country, some families have organized food drives. Some are turning to local churches, while others are silently suffering, ashamed to admit they need help. But here's the truth. There is no shame in needing help. The shame lies in leaders who use people's pain as a tool to win votes, while cutting the very programs that sustain them. It's time they should ask themselves who benefits from dividing them by party while all the struggle to put food on the table. The wealthy elites and corporations, or everyday citizens working paycheck to paycheck. The answer is clear, and it's not the families losing their food assistance. We can't change the past, but we can change how we move forward. It's time for every American, Republican, Democrat, Independent to demand that the government prioritize its people over politics. SNAP isn't about laziness. It's about survival. If the program helps a child eat breakfast before school, that's not socialism, that's humanity. Therefore, people must stop letting political leaders turn compassion into a crime and poverty into a punchline. The same people who cheered budget cuts now see the truth. When you take from the poor, you eventually harm everyone. Brothers and sisters, this is the moment to unite, not as red states or blue states, but as human beings. Kindly use this wake-up call to open your eyes and hearts and stand for policies that lift everyone up, not tear communities apart. You can advocate for fair wages, affordable food, and a safety net that ensures no family goes hungry, no matter their political beliefs. Hunger doesn't discriminate, and neither should the compassion. So, my brothers and sisters, as I close, remember this: empathy is not weakness. It is the strength that binds us. If you see a neighbor struggling, help them. If you know a family hurting from these cuts, stand with them. And when it's time to vote again, kindly choose leaders who build, not break, who feed, not starve, who care, not just campaign. Because when one of us goes hungry, all of us suffer. Let's rise together, united in truth, in justice, and in compassion. Thanks for watching, and kindly consider subscribing, comment, like, and even share this video. I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.